makes me very anxious. So welcome to this very first pure Christmas salon. As you can see, I've got my Christmas jumper on, I've got tinsel, so hopefully you're all going to be getting into the Christmas spirit. And the lovely Ed, who you can see here with me right now, is going to give us some entertainment in a minute. But first of all, what I'm going to do is just give you a quick brief of how this is all going to work. So I'm just going to drop Ed down into the corner for a moment. There he is. He's just gone down there for a minute. So I'm going to share my screen with all of you, and I'm going to show you. Let's hope I share the right screen. That'd be embarrassing if I didn't, wouldn't it? There we go. Good. Right. So this is the Pure Christmas shop page. So on the website, you go to shop and click on shop, and then you'll come through. It will say Christmas Salon buy, and then you'll come through to this page. Anyone who obviously isn't here at the moment, sorry, just turning Ed's mic off so we don't get all that background noise. Anyone who's not here at the moment and who's watching us over on Facebook, if you want to join us on Crowdcast, you can simply go onto the shop and the Christmas shop and click the register here, and it'll take you straight into Crowdcast. So yeah, that's how you do it. So how it's going to work is I'm going to introduce you to each of the artists that we have presenting one at a time. So the first one, as you know, because you've seen him already, is Ed. And then we'll see Edith. Hopefully David. David's having some technical issues, so we might or might not. Otherwise, I'll show you David's work. Carole. Again, Brenda, hopefully. B. And then Mary. So you'll get to see each one of those in turn live on your screen, and they will be presenting their work to you directly in their studio. How can you buy? There's two ways. One is you can go to the shop and just buy directly through the shop, or you can buy directly from the artist now. That's what we want you to do, obviously. So how are you going to do that? You can either say in the chat bar, I want to buy that now. And if you do, we'll quickly bring you up on screen. You can chat to the artist. You can say, I'll buy it. You can give them your details and they'll call you afterwards. Or you can put it in the ask a question area. So it's not your question is, can I buy that? And if you can put in there what you want to buy, who the artist is, how much it is, your email and telephone number, that'd be great. We can then contact you afterwards. We'll take all that information and we'll contact you afterwards. So you've got two options. You can either say it in the chat bar and we'll try and get you linked up immediately and bring you up on screen. Or you can put it in the ask a question area, but remember to say what it is, how much it is, who the artist is, and your contact details. Otherwise, we haven't got a hope of knowing who you are. And then we'll do the transaction afterwards. But it's really good if you can say the item and the price, because obviously there may be several items that are similar. So yeah, that's how it's going to work. Clearly, we've never done this before, so please bear with us. But I'm sure it's going to be exciting. It's going to be like QVC, but with artists. And we're so grateful for you all for turning up today, because obviously it's Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, anyone who's watching from America. And it's coming up to Black Friday, and you're being bombarded, I know, on the internet with buy from all these big names and Amazon, etc. Get a deal. And they don't need your money. The artists really need your money. They have not had events or exhibitions for nearly a whole year now. So if you can support them today and buy their artwork for your Christmas gifts, we would be truly grateful. They would be truly grateful. It helps them pay their bills and have a nice Christmas. So without further ado, I am going to bring back up on the screen the lovely Ed. He's going to hopefully arrive. There he is.
Hey,
yeah,
brilliant.
So Ed is going to give us some entertainment, and I'm just going to put him into the toggle him into studio sound. So just bear with us for a second.
Lovely.
And then he's going to give us some entertainment, and then he will go straight into showing you around and showing you what he has available for sale.
Fantastic.
So,
are we ready?
there you go. You've got
brilliant.
studio sound.
And can people hear the guitar?
Can everyone hear? I hope so.
Lovely. I will just go for it. I think what I'll actually do is sandwich my selling bit where I show you some of my work between two little songs. I think that might work quite nicely.
Lovely.
So I'm gonna sing a shortened version of one I did before that people seem to like, and this is a poem that I've set to music from this book. There we go, Me and My Alien Friend, which is available from my website. And this is called The Twilight Dragon, or it's a little extract from The Twilight Dragon. And it's a book of poems that's kind of for children, but also not for children. They're poems that I think can be just as much enjoyed by adults as well. So this is a little bit of The Twilight Dragon. After school, when everyone was tired, when Dad was on his laptop and Mum was on the phone, I'd climb the tree and leave the garden far beneath. The Twilight Dragon was at the top, waiting for me. His feathers would flutter with every sunset colour. Pink, magenta, red, yellow and gold. I'd climb up, his heart beating under my feet. And I'd find a strong feather to hold very tightly. And me and the only dragon in the universe would fly silently over the factories, the chimneys and the cities to the wide open sea.
I love that. I love that.
Oh,
I'm so
thank
glad
you.
You picked that one because that was one of my favourites from last time as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So yes, that's just half the poem. To get the rest of it, yeah, it's there in the book. And there's a nice full page. Can we see that?
Yeah.
There we are. Yeah, a nice full page spread of the Twilight Dragon in there. And this book was chosen for the Summer Reading Challenge last year, which was really lovely. So
how much are those books?
These are $7.99. A 60-page book, loads of poems, all about different aspects of friendship, magical friends, difficult and confusing friends, animal friends, and family friends, which we'll go back to at the end, actually, a poem about kind of family relationships that I'll do at the end. I think I'll read a poem from Me and My Alien Friend before we move on from that. And again, this is there's the illustration for this one. A big den with a cat and a little boy. You can buy one from my website. It is a published book with a publisher, so it is available from all the usual places as well. You can order it from bookshops and things, but yeah.
www.edboxall.co.uk.
There it is.
.co.uk. Show us your...
There we go. Is that the right way round?
That is perfect.
Yeah.
That's how you buy any of Ed's books you can buy them directly off his website, www.edboxall.co.uk.
Yes. Oh, a bit cold in here.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy some of your books for.
Thank you.
For sending off to the far-flung, far reaches of the world.
Yeah, actually, do you know what? Before I do because I don't want to run out of time, I'll just show you a few more of my books. There's older ones. There's quite a mixture. And I think a lot of my books kind of exist in this kind of world that they're children's books, but they're kind of, as much for adults as children, as much for adults who are happy to do a bit of daydreaming and be quite childlike as much as kids.
We so need that, don't we? We so need to be able to connect to our inner child right now.
Absolutely. Yes. This is a recent one I did with somebody that people hopefully might have heard of, who's fairly local, Brian Moses, where I've done the illustrations, Dragonswood. And this is it's one of his poems, but I turned it into a kind of Spot the Dragon book, where there's Dragonswood is full of dragons that are hiding in the background. I think you can just about see the dragon's eyes glaring through the undergrowth there. And then right at the end, we see all the dragons having a hullabaloo, and there's can we see that? A great big triple spread, fold out page of all the dragons in Dragonswood around the campfire.
We've got a sale for you immediately here. Nadine wants
brilliant.
to buy High in the Old Oak Tree.
Oh yes, lovely. There it is.
Do you want to show that one? How much is that one?
Dragonswood is $7.99 too. Same publisher, same price. High in the Old Oak Tree is one of my self-published ones, which are £6.
They're £6.
And these are a bit different. This is my real personal labour of love kind of, I think of this as my, really, really special to me, really trying to, communicate the stuff that means the most to me. High in the Old Oak Tree, which I've performed before. It's about a boy who climbs a tree, and I don't know if I want to give the story away, but he climbs a tree and lots of magical things happen. That's one of my absolute favourites, High in the Old Oak Tree. All available from my website. If you go to the books page on my website.
Yeah, so what I've said to Nadine is you'll email her. So I've written that down on your list of people to contact afterwards.
Yeah.
Several people, Fran and Gabrielle, are all happy to just buy directly. And she would like, Nadine would like it signed, please.
Sure.
She wants a signed copy. I've made a note on my list for you.
Yeah.
And she said also, did you say you had a CD?
I do. What I'll do... basically, the CD was something I did as a little giveaway when Me and My Alien Friend was published. So if anybody from Pure buys anything, I'll just pop a CD in.
Oh, there you go.
As a freebie.
If you buy today from Ed and you mention that it's through this event, then you're going to get a free CD as well.
Yeah, I can't actually reach one to show you without disappearing, but they're kind of a little. I'm very proud of them, but they're kind of just in a little cardboard envelope CDs. But I'll just pop those in as a little freebie.
Lovely. So just mention when you're buying. It's through the Pure event, and then you'll get a free CD.
But I've only got about 10 CDs left.
Ooh,
so if I do run out, I'll let you know.
I've written one down for you, Nadine. Don't worry.
Cool.
So you'll get one, and don't worry, Ed will contact you, Nadine. So
yes, but if for any reason you don't want to buy direct from my website, you can just send me an email and we'll work that out. But the website should be pretty user friendly, pretty easy to buy from.
Yeah. So
This-
I'll I'll put you in contact with Nadine afterwards.
Yeah.
That's fine. Perfect. So that's great. So they're your books.
Yes, I've got a couple. I've got
more books.
Yeah, Dolphins Keep Me Safe in Dreams, which is another one of my very personal self-published things. Again, quite surreal, black and white. This is one of the images that children just kind of really connect with, and it was one I didn't. I nearly left out because I thought it was just too odd, but it's the one that, of course, children love the most. In Dolphins Keep Me Safe in Dreams, it's kind of my Celtic sea voyage journey, where this little girl travels to all these different magical islands, kind of inspired by Celtic sea voyages. And this one's the Forest of Doors, where she lost her sock in a forest of doors. So yeah. And I've just done this new colour cover for it. It was a black and white book, but I love
that cover.
I've just done a colour wraparound cover.
That's joyful.
Which I like, yes.
Yeah, I love that. So that is £6 as well, is it?
Yes, all my little... I've got a few more, peruse them, going back a bit. The Rooftop Garden, which is kind of a little bit Gormenghast, but a kind of quite a more kind of dreamy, cheerful Gormenghast. I also just thought, before I do a couple more poems, I've got a few of my prints here, and I just thought I'd show you a printing block as well, how I kind of do them.
Yeah.
So this one, which is on my website or on the Pure website, I really... and this is my most recent print, and it's... I suppose I did want to find ways of kind of, I don't know, giving my work a little... Finding something fresh... rejuvenating what I'm doing a little bit. And I feel like this was a bit of a breakthrough. And it's partly because I'm sort of realizing how much I just love drawing the town and urban environments and streetlights and things. And it's really going back to those moments when my kids were small, and kind of taking them home after a party and falling asleep in your arms on the way home. But there's also other things going on. There's this magical swan that appears in other prints. And he's holding a feather that's, I think of as being from the swan. So it's kind of like he's kind of connecting with something deeper, something magical. And it's kind of like the whole print is kind of his world. He's sort of there in the center of the picture. And this is his kind of, his kind of world where it's very magical and slightly sinister and exciting, but also kind of safe at the same time.
That's a real tale of our times, isn't it? I love it. Yeah. I love it. Okay,
and
so that's absolutely on the website. People can go straight to the Pure website to purchase that one.
Yeah, and there's the block it's from. It's quite hard to see.
Wow, there we are. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So it shows that it's reversed as well, doesn't it?
Yes. So you can see, hopefully the work that goes in.
Is that a lino cut, Ed?
This is a lino cut I do lino cuts, but I always kind of bring in a bit of other things, put glue things on it and do a bit of collograph on it too. I make lots of mistakes, so you can see you can see how I've made mistakes and cut bits out of different linos to correct the things where I've gone wrong. So, yeah.
That's brilliant.
I've got very inky fingers now.
So you're going to do us a final poem and a bit of a music, and then we're going to move on to Edith.
Yes. So have I got about
got a couple
2
of
or 3 minutes?
Yeah, 2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes. Right, I'm going to do a very little poem and a very little song then. This is a little poem which it was I don't know, it was a poem I maybe quite a not exactly a throwaway poem, but I suppose one of the poems that I didn't think were necessarily going to be one of the sort of ones that people connected to enormously, but surprisingly it's been one that has gone down really well and has been chosen for a few things and picked up a bit. It's called The Silence as We Draw, and it's very appropriate, I think, for creative people, and because it's kind of about the enjoyment of quietly creating things. The silence as we draw. The silence as we draw is a huge calm lake, hidden in the forest, our secret place. Bright fish appear in the darkest deep. They break the surface every time we speak. They leap and dance and splash with laughter, leaving ripples of thought a long time after. The silence as we draw is a deep, calm lake, far in the forest, our secret place. It's kind of about quietly creating with someone else in the same room, that sort of contented quiet of being someone who's also being with someone who's also making something, and that very contented quiet. So I'm just going to finish with a short version of another poem. You see how inky my fingers are from picking up that printing block. There we go. This is called Rainbow Layered Cake, and it's kind of about skiving, having a day off school to go to the dentist, and then rather than going straight back to school, going off to a cafe with your dad to have rainbow layered cake. And I have to say, this is one I haven't sung. This is the first time I've ever sung this one. So I've just put it to music, so we'll see how it works. It's icy and cold outside in the street. Bitter rain, stinging sleet, 2 silver forks and a giant white plate. I'm with my dad in the cafe, sharing rainbow layered cake. I was scared of the dentist, but it was all right. Relief makes each colour taste especially bright, and they'll be starting maths just about now, but we're sipping hot chocolate with marshmallows in town. But the thing that's mostly making me smile is seeing my dad with no worries or no tears in his eyes. This dad that I haven't seen for a while has found the sunshine and brought it inside. So could I have just one more treat? Could this moment last forever? Please.
Wonderful. Again, I mean, these are just like perfect for this moment, aren't they? Lovely. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Ed.
Lovely. Thank you.
Get nearer to a heater.
I will. I'm going to put my jumper on.
Put your jumper on. We're going to turn Ed's camera off now, but he's still going to stay with us. So if you've got any questions or anything you want to ask, we'll come back to that at the end. But next up, we're going to have Edith. So thank you so much, Ed. I'm going to turn you off.
Thank you.
And I'm going to bring Edith up onto screen. So hopefully Edith hasn't gone home. There she is. Hello, Edith.
Hi, Leslie. Hi, everybody.
I just
need to get off of studio sound.
Okay.
You're on
studio sound. So So we need to get you onto normal sound. That's better. As we have it on studio sound, obviously when we have someone performing. There you are. So you've got the whole screen now. So this is Edith, and I'll quickly share the screen to show you Edith's work in the Christmas shop. So let's go to Edith. There she is. So we're going to give the screen over to this for a moment. So this is your work in the Pure Christmas shop. So if anyone is interested in any of these individual bits, they can buy them directly from the shop and go through, and that's straightforward. But if you see some things that Edith is going to share with you now that you would like to buy, as happened with Ed, just comment in the sidebar or put it in the ask a question area, and we will obviously follow it up. So yeah, so Edith does painting, and she does textile sculpture, and she also does angels, which is what we're going to have a look at right now.
Okay,
so can you start showing us some of the angels? That'd be
yes, I can show you. I've got small, medium, and large. Everything's numbered. This is small.
Okay, perfect.
Can you see that?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah?
Stay still. That's it. Perfect. So they're the small angels, and you've got them numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So if any of those catch anyone's eye, you know which one, and they're £25.
They're £25.
Okay, perfect. Lovely.
Okay, and these are the medium angels.
Again, you've got them all numbered, and these are all made by hand, stitched by you, with wings that are felted and stitched as well, aren't they?
Stitched, machine embroidered, stitched, felted, Angora. Most of the outfits are 100%. They're linen, cotton, silk, and they all have button halos.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So that set there is £30 each. If anyone's interested in any of those, pop that down.
Okay, and then we have the large ones. They're same sort of thing. They're a little bit different. They have different dresses on.
Oh, they're a little bit
more
very glamorous, aren't they?
They're really glamorous. She's wearing a little gold dress.
Love those.
One, and look, they have feet. They have little shoes on their feet. Can you see
those
that?
ones have got feet, and they've got got like ballet slippers on.
Yeah, they all have feet. They're all made the same way, just some are a little bit larger.
Wow. So we've got, it's like organdy over the top of these ones.
Organza.
Okay.
This is netting and felted wool up here. Netting, felted wool. Beautiful.
Lovely. And so the big ones, feel the quality. So the big ones are £40 each. I have to say, my heart is taken by the big ones. I absolutely think they're beautiful.
This is Angora. So a lot of them have Angora.
And so good for your well-being. Your daughter's watching. She says hello. She's
got little tiny wings, this one, and I've left the Angora coming out the sides.
Oh, that's beautiful. Did you hear me? Your daughter says hello.
Oh.
She's watching you. Julia, would you like an angel made by your mother? They're absolutely stunning. I have to say, I really love the one with the gold outfit and the one with on the end there. So what have you got? The one on this?
This one it goes 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's great. So anyone interested in angels? Now, how can people buy from you, Edith? Are the big ones £40? Yes. So the big ones, Fran, are £40, and so you start with small 25, medium 30, and the big ones 40.
And this one in a frame is 65, and I think there's one in the shop that's bigger for 95.
Yes, so the bigger.
This is the only one I have.
Yeah, the bigger ones in the. Oh, exclusive. Exclusive. She's only got
Exclusive.
one.
Last time, one little one and one big one in the shop.
In the shop that you can buy. And
Yes.
so they're the angels. So they're your, we've done workshops of people making angels before, haven't we?
I'm just going over here to show you the bubble,
Oh,
because
perfect.
I did a great deal of lockdown art, and I don't know if sometimes people are at this time are specifically collecting lockdown art, and I have done quite a few. So this is the bubble.
Oh, wow.
There's
six.
There's 6 in this bubble, and the top comes off, and inside are little fabric sculptures. They're all slightly different. This one is hand painted, and this one is hand painted and stitched.
And some of them have got hair and some of them haven't.
That's right. There's only one that doesn't have hair. This one has hair and a little decoration down its front or back.
Oh, I love that.
Could be long hair, could be hair. So all of these were done during Crowdcast and Zoom meetings when we were in lockdown.
In the first lockdown or in the second lockdown?
In the first lockdown.
In the first lockdown.
And all of these little tiny ones are £75.
Okay, so, but as a group?
As a group, they're £400.
So if you wanted to buy a family bubble to give to as a family gift this year, look at that. That is just perfect. I love them, Edith. I think they're just charming and just so of the moment. How can people get hold of you? What's your email address? Have you got your card to show people?
I have my card.
Excellent. You can see I've been
prompting us. You've been prompting us.
Coaching them through this. So Edith Pargh Barton, have I said that correctly?
Yes, hard G, yes.
Hard G, Pargh Barton, Painting, Sculpture and Angels. And it's www. In case anyone's listening to this, edithart.co.uk. edith@edithart.co.uk. So that's quite easy. Your name's Edith and you'll make art. So that's quite straightforward. And there's your telephone number. And then you've got Edith Art on Facebook and you've got Edith_Barton on Instagram. So anyone can direct message you on Facebook or Instagram, or they can send you an email if anyone's interested in any of these items. Show us some of your paintings.
Okay, so I think you can see behind here these 1, 2, 3, 4 paintings. They are 45 centimeters square, and they are landscapey paintings. And right behind me here are 6 paintings I did in lockdown number 1.
I love that. I love that one in the middle set on the right. Can you bring that one closer? Yeah, bring that one closer. Tell us all about that one.
So this one was me sitting in my garden, and it's called apple birch. But what it actually is, it's a combination of trees in my garden, because during lockdown, this is not a very nice thing to say, but I got tired of looking at green, so I made my own colors. And part of it is a conglomeration of an apple tree and a ornamental pear tree in my garden. And these 4...
And you've got your hand right over the price. So none of us know how much this is.
All of those little 6 were £350.
£350. So they're little oils.
Oils on board.
Oils on board.
All done during lockdown.
Lovely, and they're framed as well. That is a beautiful painting. Absolutely, Julia. Keep telling your mother how good she is, because she does have a lack of confidence and appreciation of how good she is. It is stunning. That is absolutely stunning. What an exquisite piece. Thank you for showing us that. So
thank you.
And could you show us one of your bigger sculptures?
What do you want to see? Do you want to see a colorful one? you want to see a gigantic angel?
A gigantic. Well, bring us a gigantic one in.
I have 2 gigantic angels.
Oh, look.
This one was done during lockdown.
Oh, you know that's my favorite, that white one.
This one was done during lockdown. It's all, let me just show you on the side. It's all machine stitched. And I started this during lockdown because I needed an angel. I was having a hard time coping. And I thought, I need an angel. I'm just going to just keep making this angel. So I kept myself, the whole thing, it's about 1 meter tall, and it's all free machine embroidery. And this one has got little wings, and it's machine and hand stitched, and it is eco dyed with American walnuts that are in my garden.
Wow, and how appropriate is that for today, seeing as we're on American Thanksgiving, and you are American, so happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving today.
Thank you.
We did discuss whether we should do this on Thanksgiving, but I think it's the perfect day. So thank you, Edith. If anyone wants to buy from Edith, she's just shown you all her contact details. You can also go to the shop. There you are, show you again. Anyone watching on Facebook, or we're live streaming on YouTube as well today. So hopefully everyone can see all of this. Or you can watch it if you're watching it on catch up, because obviously this will go up onto the Pure website and be there right through to the middle of January, so people can contact all of the artists. And on the website, we've got the tiny ones. Yeah.
Can I just say one thing? Because this isn't listed on the website, but this is Cornwall. All of these little paintings, these little 12-centimeter watercolors, it's Cornwall. Now,
today, we're all a bit envious of Cornwall, because it's only Cornwall, Isle of Wight and the Isle of Scilly, I think, that's managed to get themselves into Tier 1. So we all need to buy a little bit of Cornwall, don't we? Be more Cornwall, I think, is going to be the slogan from now on. Be more Cornwall, or it's harder. Be more Isle of Wight. It's a bit of a mouthful, but yes, there's some of those lovely, and they're £95, aren't they? Some of those exquisite little, your exquisite little.
And these little ones from my garden.
Oh wow, beautiful! And they're watercolors.
They're watercolors.
Yeah, stunning. Just keep them there still, and your camera will focus on them. It takes the camera a few minutes because you were moving around a lot.
Sorry, I can't stop moving.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Edith.
Thank you.
We will put you down in. Now I'm going to let you go off into the corner now.
Okay.
And you'll be on the sidebar waiting for me to call you back in a little while if we've got questions. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Because next up, we're going to have David Winston. All right. So see you in a bit.
Okay.
And so my next guest is David. I'm glad to see that David managed to get. You were having a bit of an internet hurrah this morning, weren't you?
I'm too old to figure out how to sort these things out.
So I'm going to quickly, I'm just going to put David down in the corner for a moment. And I'm going to quickly do what I did just now, which is do the screen share and show you David's part in the shop. So hang on a second. There we go. Right, let's get to David's page in the shop. There we are. So if you want to know more after today about David, he's got his own section in the shop. There's a video there, which we did as part of Pure Art 360. You can read the interview, and that's a click through to the exhibition that is on at the moment, opening again in a couple of days, because thank goodness we're in Tier 2. So that's all what you can see on the Pure website. I'm now going to hand over the screen to David, and he's going to show you some of the pieces actually that he's got around him and tell you how much they are and how you can contact him.
Okay, I'll show some of the photographs. The harpsichord's not for sale.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So disappointing.
Well, I thought I'd start with this one. because I work with a lot of, I know you're getting a reflection in the screen.
Oh yeah, we are slightly, but that's okay. Turn it slightly. There we are. Perfect. Oh, there we are. Perfect. Stop there.
So you'll recognize what this is. And I work with a lot of different techniques, and this is one of the more modern ones where I print the photograph onto acrylic and then put a real gold leaf at the back, which is like that. And you can just hang it as it is. So and I do these in in different sizes. There's even a bigger version of this. So in a big white wall, this is quite a dramatic statement.
Absolutely.
So that's one sort of thing.
I've just put in the sidebar your website address, and I've said to buy, people can email you or contact you.
Now, I've been working a lot with, I spend so much money on different kinds of paper. And this is the Festival of Redentore in Venice, which is actually to celebrate the end of the plague in Venice. And they weren't able to have it this year, but this was a picture I took last year. And I've printed it on it. If you can look closer, you can see it's got a very pronounced deckled edge. Probably if I put it against a white background, you can see that.
Oh, that stands out much better when you put it against the white. How poignant is that? Is that it's a celebration to mark the end of the plague, and then they couldn't do it because we're having our modern day plague right now.
Yeah, they build a bridge across the canal, and a footbridge across the canal, and you can walk across the canal as if you're walking on water. And
how much is that, David?
This one is $375 as unframed.
375 unframed. And what's it called?
It's just called Redentore.
Oh, you're gonna have to spell. How do you spell that?
Redentore.
Okay.
And I'll show you something that's interesting. This is.
There we go.
You have to.
So if you're on live, I've just put the details of that in the sidebar.
You have to print these with a full-size negative. This is the negative.
Wow.
So.
That it looks like a huge sheet of plastic, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it's complicated. But anyway, that's an example. I thought I'd just show some of the newer things that I'm doing.
Yeah, definitely.
I've done a lot of Venice stuff, but I also decided to do some other things. This is actually Appledore. And this is
stunning.
This is a gum bichromate print using several different pigments. You have to do it in several layers. You do the yellow pigment, the red pigment, the blue pigment, and you get this lovely sort of duotone effect. And you can change it. It's a bit like Henry Ford said about you can have a Model T Ford any color as long as it's black. Well, that's not the case. In this case, you can do all kinds of things, you see, by what pigment you choose to use. So
and how much are they, David?
It's the same, 375. Right.
And you're referring to them as the Appledore print, you said.
Well, that's what it is. It's Sunset and Appledore. I just thought for those who live locally,
yeah, absolutely.
Where it is.
Appledore. Appledore's in the most beautiful little quintessentially Sussex village, isn't it? Is it in Kent or Sussex? Is it in Kent, Appledore?
Yeah, it's in Kent.
It's just over the border, isn't it? And but it is so Sussex when you go there, and it's got the military canal going through it, hasn't it?
Yeah. And I was just so taken by that. I used to drive past that lone tree all the time, and I tried to catch it at just the right moment. I was lucky.
Yeah, it's in Kent. Thank you, Vincent. It's we're so on the border there, aren't we?
So now going even further afield, this is when I was on a kayaking trip in the Arctic Circle, and
oh yes, we've got that. We've got that very clearly now. Goodness.
This is again another gum bichromate print.
Can you tell people what that means?
It's a really interesting process where you start out with just a blank sheet of watercolor paper, and you mix watercolor pigments with a light sensitive chemical, and you brush it onto the paper, and then you expose it for each color value, and you have to build it up in layers, sometimes as many as 25 layers, and you just develop it in water, and eventually the image builds up in density. It's very complicated because the colors you choose can influence it a lot, and you have to get it in the same registration every time, which is really tricky with paper, maybe 25 passes to get it the same. So it can get ruined very quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot of risk.
Yeah. But it's an old process from the mid-19th century. It's a really painterly process. You have a lot of input in the final result. I'll show you another example. You see, this is the same print, but using different pigments.
Stunning. So beautiful. Who wouldn't want to have one of those on their wall? I mean, that is just so, it's so uplifting.
Yeah, I have to say, that was the most beautiful place I've ever been. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, kayaking there nearly killed me, but it was worth it.
We don't want you dead. It's not going to help anyone, is it?
Yeah. And I'll show you something else now.
See, artists nearly die for their craft. This is what happens. This is what you have to pay. They nearly die.
If you fall into the water there, it's no joke.
No, very cold.
Now, this is one example of this print. This is a multiple exposure taken in Venice at St. Mark's at night. Okay, that's one version. And then this one, when I was doing the gum bichromate, I mixed up the negatives. I used the blue negative for the red color, and I came up with this. But I really like what happened.
Oh, it's stunning. I love this. It's kind of got a real ethereal quality, hasn't it?
Yeah, so sometimes, the foul-ups are the best things that can possibly happen. So now I know how to reproduce it, but it's got this lovely feeling of moonlight about it.
Yeah, no clue. Only one. Only one of those.
This is the same thing, another version. So you've got so much control or lack of control.
It's those happy accidents that always are so exciting, aren't they?
I'm a great believer in them.
Yeah.
What else can I show you that I got here? Hang on.
Go on, show us one more piece, and then we're going to move on to Carole. Prepare yourself, Carole. Up next is Carole Bury.
This is another gum bichromate. I call it bottoms up for maybe kind of obvious reasons.
Oh, that. I mean, it looks like a painting.
It looks like a watercolor. Yeah,
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's on a very rough watercolor paper, and you're using watercolor pigments, so it's no surprise. But you get this lovely sort of transparency that you just don't get with a normal photographic process.
And is that the same price?
Yeah.
What are we calling that one?
I call it bottoms up.
Oh, that's bottoms up. So I'll put that in the sidebar as well. Bottoms up. And that is 375, you said, unframed. So if people want to, I know it is fun, isn't it, Annie? You need to do, have you done an exhibition with Annie at the Hive?
Yes.
You have? Yeah. These would go down perfectly in that environment, wouldn't they? Brilliant. So if people want to get in contact with you, they can go to your website, and I've given the details of that in the sidebar here. It's www.davidwinston. Oh, good. You've got excellent. Hold that up to the screen. See, they do listen to me.
I forgot to put the Instagram thing on. So if you wrote it by hand, you probably can't read my hand.
They do listen to me sometimes. So it's David Winston photography.com or dpwinston1@gmail.com if you want to email him, and Instagram is david.winston.photography. Brilliant.
You
Thank you so much.
I'm impressed.
Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Hang around with us because we'll probably come back to you. How much was the one of Battersea Power Station, please?
£1,100.
So that's £1,100. That one is actually in the Pure shop, isn't it? I think.
I'm not sure.
Let me have a look. I can tell you, and then we can say whether you can. I've got so many tabs open now. My computer is probably going to have some sort of meltdown. Let's have a look. No, it's not. No. So you will have to go directly to David for that one. It was £1,100 for Battersea Power Station. Don't want to call it Battersea and get it wrong. Battersea is pounds 1,100, and it was it's on.
It's a photograph printed on acrylic, and then it's genuine 23.5 karat gold. Silver on the top. So gold's expensive. You're paying for a lot of gold.
Paying for the gold, Fran. Paying for the gold. Right. Okay. I'm going to close them.
You keep it under your bed. All that gold under your bed.
Right. Brilliant. Thank you, David. We're gonna drop you out now. We're going to bring Carole up on screen.
Okay.
All right. See you soon.
Yeah.
And there we are. We've got the lovely Carole with us now. So let's show you where you can see Carole in the shop. I'm just going to go back, if you bear with me just a moment, because I'm going to have to go back to we went through into the main exhibition shop there for a moment. So let's get back onto the Christmas shop. I'll be with you in a minute, Carole. Bear with, as they say. It's just my poor computer is saying, heavens above, it's having to do dancing almost. Right. It is, here we go. Right, so let's take you down to where Carole is. There we are. So let's share the screen. Share the screen. Christmas Salon share. There. So this is the lovely Carole. And if you want to know more about Carole after this event, you can go into the shop and we've got her Art 360 video there. So you can listen to that and watch that. And then there's some items here for sale. All of these items, correct me if I'm wrong, Carole, but all of these items are framed, aren't they?
The two that are £145, they come in boxes, archive boxes, and then you can take them to your own framer.
Okay, brilliant. So
yeah, but the other ones are.
I've actually bought this one. Shh, don't tell anyone. One similar, haven't I? And yes. Yeah, it came in the most beautiful box with tissue paper and everything. I loved it. And then the other ones are all framed.
They're framed, yeah.
Brilliant. So welcome, Carole.
Thank you.
I'm going to hand the screen over to you, and then you can give us a quick tour around what you've got for sale. And anyone who's interested can mention in the sidebar. Sorry, I keep losing you on a mobile. Oh, dear. Yes, that will be a problem on a mobile. It's tricky. Go over to Facebook Live, and you can see us there, or even on YouTube. We're live streaming on YouTube as well today. So, yeah, you should be able to see us on both of those. Or watch us on catch up. And so first of all, show us the details.
Switch my phone off. Hold on 1 second. Why did people ring just at that time? There we go.
They always do. Always happens to me. So hold up the details of how people can contact you first.
There we go.
So they can
email.
They've got. The top one is your Carole at carolebury.com. Now, Carole, don't forget, Carole is Carole with an E.
Yes.
And then you've got her internet, Carole, her website, carolebury.com. And then you've got Instagram at Carole Bury Textile Artist.
That's good. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And that one, there's quite a lot of little studio backstories in the Instagram. So it's quite a nice way of, I think everybody's Instagram is a bit like that. You've got sort of little bits that are going on in the studio, often studio shots. And things that you're thinking about or doing at the same time. So Instagram's a really nice one.
Yeah, because in the stories you get kind of like an insight into what is the life of the artist. So it's always a good thing to do.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I've still got to learn how to do that.
We're doing. Keep an eye on the blog because we're doing stories. Stories is next. We've done how to like make your feed look good, and today we launched our how to create an editor video guide. So if anyone wants that, sign up to our mailing list, and you'll get that later, and as a free guide. And anyone who joins us for the next Art 360, which is open for applications now, Carole's already done it. She's already in there. To get visible on digital, and so people know that you're there, and you get a film that you can use, and a lovely page in a magazine as well that we're constantly promoting. So anyone who wants to join us for that, the applications are open now. You will also get a copy of the guide of how to create and edit your own video. So all pure members, you'll all get it as well, don't worry.
Yeah, and I think the more you do it, the more you sort of feel a little bit more confident to do it.
Exactly.
It starts to become quite fun, actually.
Yeah, this is fun, isn't it?
Am I really fun?
So show us what you've got for sale, Carole, and then if anyone wants to hop on now and say things, then chat in the sidebar or put it in the ask a question area.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you so much. The pieces that are on the shelf there, they're the ones that are in the shop, those 4 there. But I've got another one that's the same sort of series. So let's have a little look. And the colours on this are really quite different to what I normally do. Normally I'm monochrome, and so actually using colour was really quite exciting. So they've got a little green edge. One edge is green, and then they've got almost stripes in them. So they are machine embroidered onto tissue paper, free embroidery, and then anything I don't want is torn away, and I'm left with the feather shape, which I then paint with pigmented oil paint. And while it's still wet, I can mould them into these shapes. So they have got most definite shapes. It's quite a deep box frame because they are quite 3-dimensional. And then once they're dry, I varnish them, and then they're gilded. So they become little artifacts, and they actually become much stronger. They're very fragile before they've got anything added to them.
They're exquisite, and they're like luminescent as well.
Yeah, they are. They do look really amazing sometimes with different sorts of light. With daylight on them, they look really beautiful, and then with electric light on them in the evening, they just sing. So this one is called Security, and is the same price as the other ones that I've got in the website shop that we've got. So that's that one. And feathers, I just love. I've pretty well brought everything to do with feathers today, just because I think there's quite a lot of stories and symbolism to do with wings and feathers, and it's all to do with shelter and protection. And I think at the moment we need that, don't we? So I'm going to pop that one up there. And then I've got a couple of other ones, which are different sort of prices. So this one is £75. This one is a small one of seabirds. I'm going to turn that light that way. That's probably better. Seabirds soaring up into the sky. So they're little applique pieces, which are machine embroidered onto paper. I don't use material at all. I only use paper. And these are different types of tissue paper. And there is a little bit of pencil work behind as well. You can't see that on this. So again, little box frames. This is 20 by 25 centimetres by 25 centimetres. And it's stitched onto one piece of paper, and then it's stitched onto a piece of black, and then put into the little frame. So that one's called Soaring Birds, and is £75.
So if you want any of these, then you just contact Carole by the means that we said earlier.
And this one is one single little feather.
Oh my word!
This is on. It's a really soft paper. It's a Nepalese tissue paper, but really, really soft. And it's again, it's machine embroidery, free embroidery, and then it's got these sort of silky thread threads for the flossy bits as well.
Almost
so they
look
do
like it's
slightly move. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a spoon shape. Has it got quite a shape to it, that one?
It has. It's those. As you go down the different parts of the wing, you get the really long flight feathers, and then you get the next lot, and then you get the more downy ones, which keeps the birds warm. Particularly something like the swans, like the Buick swans that are returning every year back from Siberia back to this part of the country where I live. I'm very close to one of the grounds they come to overwinter in the UK. And this is one of the sort of very downy feathers, and it does keep them warm. So that one it's then hand stitched onto the black, and then it's window mounted into this little frame, again 25 by 25 centimeters. And that one is a single feather and is £95.
Gosh, that's an absolute bargain.
It's a steal, isn't it?
That's a steal, I tell you.
Yes.
I need to talk to Carole about her price. That is ridiculous. Knowing how much work goes into it, and also how wonderful to receive something like that, you know, at this particular moment. You know, it's so symbolic, isn't it? The feather. It's such a, you know, I'm. If you've got someone you really care about that you want to show you're thinking about, sending a feather is a real.
Yeah, definitely. There's one here. This one's got 3. I call this one the Breath of God, just because there's 3 of them, and and they're really soft, and the thread is it's a spool of thread I've probably had for about 30 years, and I never ever wanted to use it, and then suddenly I made these feathers. And so although the main part of the feather is stitched on the machine, there's some threads that are hand sewn on afterwards, and they're really all floaty. So those 3 are 160.
25 by 25 again. Yeah.
Yes.
You can really see those gold ones now behind you as well. You can really appreciate them.
Now that one.
So take it back from the screen a little bit. That's it.
That's up there.
That's
in the lovely limed ash boxes, the same as the ones in the shop. And this is my framer that I use in Cirencester, a really lovely framer. He's really quality framer. So again, it's quite deep. And this one, it's sort of like, I've called it snug. And it's like a little nest. It feels like it's really protecting something. And that's got all these really antique-y threads as well. And I've tried to find out exactly what it is. And I got in touch with one of the main embroidery thread manufacturers up in Bradford, and the only thing we can think it is some sort of almost like a cellulose. It's not silk, it is a man-made, and we think it's a cellulose viscosy sort of thread, and there's nothing like it at all. And I finished the one with the 3 with the last ones and I was pulling them out the bin, you know, these little threads just to stitch on, because I wanted to make sure I could use it. Anyway, this one is snug.
And how much is that one?
That's 650. Yeah.
And you also make lovely cards, because I know I bought some.
The cards. Yes. Which ones? There's this one. This one is a little opening card, blank inside if you want to, and it comes in a little gift box. And these ones
back a bit because the light's glaring on
it. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's trying to find the place for it. So they've got a little bit of gold just at the bottom of them. These ones I'm doing special at £30. Okay, those ones.
That's for a very special. That's a very special card. If you've got someone who's getting married or engaged, or you know, something like that, that's a beautiful thing to send.
But it could be put into one of these little box frames quite easily.
And then framed.
Exactly. So it would look really lovely. This one, that way around, sorry. Woodpecker feathers. This is from the lesser spotted woodpecker, and they have these lovely spots on them. So again, it's one line of machine embroidery that just goes backwards and forwards, and then down the other side, and then it's got some little pliqué spots.
They're such fun.
I know, they're lovely to do. I really enjoy doing them, and they've got a border of some little spots which have got gold on them. They're little gilded gilded spots on them. So
How much are they?
You're going to shout at me because
Oh,
this one
God.
is only £75. There we go, 75. this one.
I'd least, don't worry, folks. She's under mentoring. She's gonna. This is. You better buy now because this is good. Woodpecker feathers.
Woodpecker feathers.
Get them now. This is a bit like. For anyone who's watching, this is a bit like a Jonathan Haitley moment when I told you all 5 years ago to buy. And now all those who did are very, very happy.
Now I've got two that are not framed. Leslie, these are a bit more like the one that you had, except it's a slightly bigger,
Yes.
what they call them, jewel boxes that it comes in. So that's like the other woodpecker feathers. That you've got 3, and you've got some more soaring birds, appliqued, and there's a little bit of monoprinting on the buffy coloured, and there's a bit of pencil work behind as well. So these will just fit in these little boxes, go through your letterbox. Lovely gift for £55 each. Okay,
Brilliant.
So those are,
Brilliant.
so there's 3 woodpecker feathers and soaring seabirds.
Okay, and they're all completely postable. So for anyone who's got family in the tier 3s,
Yes. Go through the letterbox.
they'll go through the letterbox.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And there's these little tree decorations.
Oh gosh.
Tree
Okay,
decorations.
I'm in. I'm going to have some tree decorations. I think, like Louisa and I have been buying up the feathers. Now we're going to have to buy tree decorations, Louisa.
So you've got a box of 3 for £45. So they are
Okay, hang on a minute.
and they've been I've varnished them, so they will last. They won't change their shape. They're curly at the moment, and they'll stay that curly shape. So some have got spots on them. No, where can we see spots on them? Yeah, there we go. Against my black, you can see them.
Yeah. Oh yes, you can. Yeah.
Some have got red feathers, red ribbons. Some have got black ribbon. You can change the ribbon actually. I've got one friend. She's got some of these, and she doesn't just use them for Christmas. She has them up all the time.
So I'm having a set of those. That's one set of those sold.
Thank you.
That's a sale. Julia, are you going to join me? I'm sure your mum would like a set of those feathers for her tree. And £45, I'm definitely in on a set of those. Put my name down. Send me the invoice.
Right, got that. Right, now I've got the last ones I wanted to show you. I've got 4 of these. These are 30 by 30 centimetres, and they've got paper cutouts. These ones, you can just see the dark line. They're actually gold. They've got the gold on the tip of them.
There we are. We just sold another set. Julia would like a set. There you are. So Julia, can you just pop your email into the sidebar there, and I will write it down. Thank you.
So that one's Plumage, and these are 160.
Lovely. Brilliant.
So there's Plumage. A span. You can see why I've called it that, because it is a span of them. That's got the gold on it as well, and they're hand stitched onto another piece of paper, and then machine stitched onto the black, and then into the little box frame. This is a different framer. This is a framer in Cirencester itself. There's the other ones out on the Agricultural College. And
so just turn that to the side because we can't quite see it.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to the white ones are quite tricky. You need to go on Carole's website to really, truly appreciate those, I think. That's
so
stunning.
This is that's a box frame, and it's sustainable wood from sustainable sources. So good for the environment, as are the other frames. That one is span. And then the other one is wing. I've lost my little tag for this one. This one is wing. So this has got 3 layers.
Again, we can't really see those on the screen. I think they're just
two. Better, isn't it? Yeah.
They're just
anyway,
two.
There's wing and there's protection.
Yeah, they're struggling on the screen.
They're struggling, aren't they?
They're just too beautifully white. That's the problem. They're beautifully white and ethereal, and we just can't see them. So, and finally, could you just show us up on the behind you now? You've got your lovely graphites. The water, are they pen and ink or pencil? There, go.
The drawings behind
the drawings,
me.
yeah.
Yeah,
while we're waiting for B to arrive on the screen.
There's a snow scene. That's pencil, and then I've got the watercolor pencils and crayons of the snow scene, and then over the other side is the spring scene. So they're all on my website, and you can access that. It goes directly to an online gallery that those pieces are in.
And you sell cards, packs of cards of those, don't you?
I've got packs of cards. So there's a pack of 6 of that one. That's the winter one, Winter Woodland. And then this one, this is my friendly farmer down the road, has got Texel sheep, and they're off following the star. So you get a pack of 6 of those. They're blank inside. You can put your own Christmas message or winter message, whatever. And this one, blank as well. They come with white envelopes. Pack of 6 at £8.
I've got some
postage. Yeah,
I've got some of those, haven't I? Postage on top of that, absolutely.
Yeah, for those. And then these ones is a little textile block that I've done little relief printings on, Christmas cards. So they come out different every time you print them. They come out different and just really fun. So they've been stitched onto one piece of paper and then another piece of paper. And again, they're blank inside, come with a white envelope. And they're £6 each. Okay, so
gorgeous.
£8 for a pack of 6, and they're handmade ones, £6 each. All right.
And can you just put up on the screen one more time how people can contact you? So get you lovely, perfect.
This is thanks to Helen, my daughter. She did this lovely. She said you need symbols, Mum. They're much easier to see.
So people can see what they're doing. She's absolutely right. Go, Helen. Go, Helen. Thank you so much, Carole. And if you hang around, then we'll do a sum up at the end.
Thank you, Julia.
All right.
Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, thanks so much.
And we'll get you and Julia and Edith sorted out with regard to that sale, and send me my invoice.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like grey ribbon on mine, please.
Okay, you can have the grey ribbon ones.
Thank you. Okay, bye for now. So next up, we're going to have Mary, because B may join us in a minute, but she hasn't appeared on screen yet. So we're just going to dib across to Mary, who is our lovely potter. So hello, Mary.
Hi, that caught me by surprise.
Yeah, B might arrive, and if she does, then B can come after you now. Okay. So I'm just going to do what I did just now, which is I'm going to share the screen so everyone can see your things in the shop.
Thank you.
So that B will come back to B in a minute. So there's Mary, and in the shop you can see some examples of Mary's things. We sold a bud vase this morning, didn't we?
We did indeed. Very happy about that.
Yeah. So you've got examples of a range of Mary's work that you can buy there, but best idea is to buy it from her directly. She's going to give you a full introduction on everything in her studio right now. Hang on a sec. Let me give you the full screen. Right, go, Mary.
Okay. Well, I thought I'd focus on my Christmas gift stuff for this.
First of all, focus on your sign and tell us where we can buy from.
Okay. Everything's on my website, and you can buy directly from www.burwashpotter.co.uk, and that's my phone number there as well. Okay.
And you've got your email address, so people can email you.
Yeah.
And are you on Instagram?
I am at Burwash Potter, and Facebook.
At Burwash Potter.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, we'll have that up again at the end just to remind everyone. But yeah, go.
Okay.
Show us what you've got.
All of my stuff is for sale on the website, and the easiest way of doing it is just to go on, because you can order and pay directly, and it does the whole inventory thing, so it tells you if stock's still available. So if you want to go through there, that would be lovely. So I'm going to start off with my little hearts, which are these little porcelain hanging hearts, and these are £10 each. There's love, hugs, and I did a thank you one as well, because I thought that would be quite nice for people in lockdown that have had people looking after them and things. It would make a nice sort of like little gift. Now, each of those, when they arrive, they come in a little gift box, and there's a little tag. I can send most of this stuff. I can send it to you directly, or I can send it to the recipient of your gift. If you want me to write a little message on it, I can do. Okay, so that's
Mary, you're a wonder.
I know, it's all in the packaging, you know.
It's all in the packaging.
Next, so I'm starting from the sort of the bottom up here. So next, I've got my little flowers. These are little porcelain flowers. There
we can hear them clicking.
Yeah. Now, these will live outside all year round. They're porcelain, or they'll live inside. They're quite nice. A lot of people put them sort of in house plants and things. I'm going to lean this forward. A lot of different colours. Now, the way I've packaged these is, funnily enough, in a little gift box. So you get 3 in a box. They've got the long sticks still, but they're folded up, so you can put them in plants, or you can cut them down, or do whatever you want with them. And that's £12 a box. And again, it's got a little tag, so I can send that to the person you want to send it to, or I can send it to you. If you buy off my website, I've also got an option to click and collect, which I was very excited about. Which is so if you live near Burwash in East Sussex, then you can click and collect.
I think you may need to do us a training programme on that.
Do you know what? I did it all by myself as well. I'm very proud of myself.
Click and collect. Well, marvellous.
The whole website I did myself. That's for another day. Okay, so to go along with the flowers, if you wanted to do a double gift, I've got these little bud vases. Okay, there's lots of different ones here, different colours. Okay, the flowers just look lovely in them. And surprisingly, also gift boxed.
So remind me how much the flowers were again.
The flowers are £12 for a box of 3.
Okay.
And the bud vases are £20 gift boxed. So they're just little vases.
So for £32, does that include postage and packing?
No, that doesn't include postage and packing. That's separate. Or extra.
Okay, so postage. So for £32 plus postage and packing, you can get the most beautiful gift of a little bud vase and some flowers.
Yeah.
Which is very uplifting at this time of year. Beautiful gift box.
Okay, and along the same vein, so I've got 3 main colours. I've got my greens and bright greens and my blues. I've spent quite a lot of time.
I love that blue one.
I know, just sort of finding these colours. I just love them. So yeah, I have a bit of a funny relationship with glazes, and I like the fact that you've left the bottom of that one unglazed as well. They all are, because they're flat. Because obviously it's only if they're curved or you've got a foot ring, then you can glaze inside. But because it sits in the kiln shelf, then it's unglazed. And also these lines down this one, they're unglazed as well. So I've used masking tape to mask those lines.
I love that one. Anyone watching who wants to buy me a gift?
There's a very similar green one as well.
I like the blue one. I like the green one too, but personally, I really like the darker one that looks like it's got kind of ribs in it.
This one.
Yeah.
It's more of a sort of a forest greeny one, that one.
That's super cool. So you've made dents. Yeah,
so all of these are thrown on the wheel.
Right.
And and then I carve them afterwards when they're sort of leather hard. Then I could sit there and carve. In fact, I do sit there and carve all day. I just love it. And you just carve all these lines and grooves in. It's great fun, very satisfying. So that's one little bud vases. So bud vases and flowers, they kind of go hand in hand. Also, I have a real selection of little jugs. Now, if you go online, all of these bud vases and jugs, you can choose which one you want. So if you go into that sort of section on my shop that says what they are, and then you click on the which one would you like, you can select your favourite and choose that. So that's a sort of this one's actually on a white clay, but mainly I use the buff clay because I really love that. And again, all of these come gift boxed.
And how much are they?
These are £25 each.
They're £25.
Yeah. So they're just little milk jugs. And again, we've got a real mixture of colours. I just love these colours together. And some of them have got the round sort of stripy bit that way instead of the carved down.
They're really unusual. I really like those.
Yeah,
they're kind of they're reminding me of quite a like mid-century modern kind of design, aren't they? The ribby ones.
These ones.
Yeah, very mid-century modern.
I thought so myself.
Did you, when you were carving it? That's what you were thinking. I'll
Actually,
channel
no.
my mid-century modern.
If I'm honest, I thought Dalek, but but hey, I'll take your one.
I'm trying to keep it within the artistic vein of field here.
I'm brilliant, yeah. So, these are all gift boxes. They're all slightly different sizes because I'm not into making everything the same. I like everything to be different. Otherwise, you might as well go to another high street brand shop.
And that's what we're not doing. We're not doing that this year.
So again, hand carved, hand decorated. The colours all go within the greens and the blues because that's where I'm in my head at the moment, green and blue.
That's your palette.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Okay, so that's that. I've also got a selection of mugs. Now, I'd say these are coffee mugs rather than tea mugs because they're more sort of espresso-y type style. I really like that one actually.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're looking for a bucket for tea, these aren't them, but I've got one indoors. I use them for coffee all the time. All of these jugs and the mugs go in the dishwasher because they're all stoneware fired, so they're all dishwasher safe. And they're all different too.
Oh, look at that one. It's like a honeycomb.
Yep. And again,
that's
all those
fun.
bits. That's hand thrown on the wheel, and then all the bits are carved out. Great fun.
Great
Very
fun.
fun. Yeah. So there's a couple more.
So everything's. And how much are the mugs?
The mugs are 20.
20. And again, gift boxed?
Funnily enough, yes.
Come in a gift box. So the mugs can all come in a gift box as well. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Now, finally, on the whole gift range, I've got some bowls. Now, I've called these on my website small salad bowls, but my husband said they're probably big soup bowls. But
yeah.
I think I'm going to call them.
Do you know? Shall I tell you what they are? They're Buddha bowls. They are.
Are they?
They're Buddha bowls. They're for when you have your your mixture of bits of salad. You know, your quinoa and your bit of salad, and then your avocado and what have you.
Yeah. Depending where you are, you can also call them a noodle bowl.
Noodle bowl.
To be honest with you, if you want one, it can be whatever you like.
Yeah, they're a bowl. Very, very handy size.
Yeah, and they're all again hand carved.
If you live alone, it could be a fruit bowl.
It could.
Look, we're happy.
If I put holes in them, they could be a colander.
If you put holes in them, they could be a colander. Look, and speaking of which, you do make to commission, don't you, Mary?
I do. Yep. Any of this stuff, if you wanted a set of these, I could make these are all individuals. I've got these ones here, various colours. In fact, I've kind of got pretty much one of each. If you wanted a set of them, I could make you a set of them, but there'd have to be a lead-in time because I don't keep a lot of stock in my studio. I tend to make as I go. Yeah, so those bowls are, can't remember. I think they're 25.
Okay, but they're on your website.
They're on my website, yeah. So I've got those. I've also got some smaller ones, which are more sort of peanutty size.
And for those who are allergic to peanuts, crisps.
Well,
Olives.
Yeah. Or if you're very small and you have a very small bowl of cornflakes, then that's quite ideal for you.
Yes, a child. They're for a child. If you're looking for a very beautiful gift for a child, there's small ones.
Yeah.
And going back to the making to commission, you recently made a monkey, didn't you?
Yeah, I haven't got the monkey with me because we've gone to our new home.
Oh, no.
I've got a couple of sculptures here that I've made there. I've got a Hereford cow.
Lovely. And how much is the Hereford cow?
The Hereford cow is 80. It's only little, but it's a little baby. It's got a little pierced ear, that one. Got a little earring in. And I've got this terrier, which I've made recently.
Oh, that looks like it's like a different texture altogether on that one. It's got a different finish.
Absolutely, yeah. This is done with underglazes because the cow's quite shiny.
Yeah.
This is done with underglazes, and so it hasn't got a shiny glaze on. I actually quite like it for the dogs, especially when they've got sort of wire hair coat. I think it works quite nicely. So
if you've got a dog and you want to have his portrait done as a clay, Mary is your woman. She does lots of dogs, don't you?
I do indeed. I've got several I'm making at the moment. I don't do sort of photographic portraits. I do sort of interpretations of them, and the comments I always get is that I've managed to put a lot of personality into them, which pleases me no end because that's what I try to do. They're not just standing there on all fours. You know, they'll be sitting around, and I like to sort of get a bit of information from you about how they like to see it, what position they're in that makes you that you remember them by, that makes you think that that's them and that makes them unique. Having said that,
and how much would something like that be? How much
the dogs I do for £250.
£250 for a pet portrait, effectively.
Yeah. The other thing I'm doing at the moment are these. I've brought one. This one's for sale. It's on my website. But I also do them.
Lovely.
I know, I love doing this. I also do them. These will go outside all year round. They're stoneware fired as well.
But they're tiles, effectively, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Yeah, stoneware tiles.
Disappeared. They are. I also do them with words on and with numbers for house numbers and stuff.
Gorgeous.
And different sizes.
And what kind of price point are we looking at for that?
For this size here, I do that for 120. But I'll do sort of individual quotes for whatever you want. I tend not to make the load to sell because people want individual ones, certain colours and flowers or whatever. So, but they're sort of a bit sort of pop art doodly fun. And actually, the clay is bare. I'm going to come up really closely. The clay is bare. I don't know if that'll focus in. And the colour and there's glaze on the flowers, so it just makes them stand up slightly. Stand
they're raised.
Yeah.
So if you ran your hand over it, you would feel all of those individual.
So what I do first, I draw it with a knife and I carve all the shapes, and then once it's had its first firing, I then run the black through. So all where the black lines are, they're grooves, and then I paint in between.
Gorgeous. So if you wanted something like that, it's mainly bespoke, but it starts at £120.
Yeah, but I can do house numbers and I can do house names and.
Brilliant. Okay. So put your sign back up one more time so everyone knows where they can contact you.
I will.
And as Mary said, she can do click and collect. So if you live locally, you don't have to pay postage and packing. You can go and get it. We are in Tier 2, Sussex, so you will be able to do that.
Yeah, and I've got a safe place to leave them, so you don't have to come near me.
Yeah, and if we do go into Tier 3, then, that they can be posted as well, because there's a gift box for everything. You can hear my voice is slightly going now. So thank you, Mary. And I'm going to bring up now SAnderson. So we'll say goodbye to Mary. So I've got my tinsel. It needs to keep me going for B, and then my voice is gonna go. All right. I'm gonna get my able assistant to make me a drink. See you in a minute. I haven't got anything apart from overuse of the voice box, I think. So welcome, B.
Hello.
Hello. So I'm going to quickly show everyone your page in the shop so they know where to go.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm going to share the screen. Hang on a sec. Share. There we are. So this is what's in the shop in Pure at the moment. You can see we've got some lovely little earrings and some beautiful necklaces in there if anyone's looking for a special gift for their loved ones. And you can also view B's Art 360 interview as well to find out more about her and more about her process. So I'm going to hand over, as I have been all the way along, I'm going to hand over to B and let her show you what she's got for sale today.
Hello. Hi. Well, what have I got for sale today? So everything's on my website. Everything that I'm showing you is on my website.
Do you have a card that shows all your website details before you get going?
Do.
Oh, good girl. Well, they've all been very obedient, I'm pleased to say. No, that's backwards now. Perfect. So we've got your website address. And then we've got your Facebook, your Instagram, and your email. So if you see anything you like and it's not in the Pure shop, you want to buy direct from B, this is how you go about it. Or you can shout up now and we can let her know if there's something you particularly love.
Yep. Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, go for it. All right. Well, I'm going to show you a few things that I've been making recently. So these are all on the website. This here is... what I do is I make sort of statement jewellery, not little tiny things. There's plenty of people do that. I like sort of statement jewellery. So this is actually, it's agate, but it's electroplated. So you get this lovely silvering here and the pieces in between are silver. So I really like the idea of texture. Texture and color is what sort of inspires me, really. So and a lot of this work, a lot of the stones come from China, where they're genius at doing this sort of pleating. Here's another one here, similar, and this time the agate's been electroplated, this electric blue actually, and a silver in between.
That's gorgeous. The blue and silver works amazingly, doesn't it?
The colors fantastic. I mean, just amazing. As I say, these are from China. The stones are from China. Now this is what I try to do is make things that are sort of timeless. You can't get any more timeless than this, because this piece here is 43 million years old only. So this is Baltic Amber. There's a few bits of amber in here, and there are also ammonites from Morocco. Now these are I think between 65 and 400 million years old. Yeah.
Wow.
They're amazing.
Where do you get those from? And are you allowed to do that, Bea?
Yes, you are absolutely allowed. In fact, if you go to the deserts in Morocco, you can pick them up. They're lying on the desert floor. They're just lying there. Of course, Morocco was covered in sea, which is amazing. Yeah.
So that's £395. I can see that.
That's one. This took a lot of work. There's a lot of time involved in this.
How beautiful would look so stunning with a black dress, though, wouldn't it? If you had a black dress and you wore that, like you're wearing now.
Yes, or a turtleneck, actually.
Yes,
a turtleneck. Because all my jewellery has got chains, so they can be shortened and lengthened. So you can wear them low, or you can wear them high up. Yep. Yeah. So this is really what I'm trying to do, make things that have got a timeless quality to them. That's really what I'm after. Now look, this one's not on the website.
That's almost like an heirloom piece, though, that piece that you were just showing us.
Of course, darling, of course.
Of course. It's an heirloom.
An heirloom. Now, this is not on the website. I've just finished this. So I love this.
Love the colour.
The colour. So what it is it's not coral. It's something called sea bamboo, and it's obviously a plant that grows under the sea. When it dies, it's white. But of course, the very clever Chinese, again, they dye it red so it looks like coral. It's 100% legal. There's no coral involved at all here. 100%
Good girl,
legal.
well done.
Well, I think people think it's coral, and of course they won't touch it, but it's not. It's totally okay. And lots of little silver pieces in between here, and a silver piece, textured piece here. Now again, over a turtleneck, a black turtleneck or something, look fantastic. But I love this. This is my favorite. This is my favorite because it's the last piece I've made, obviously. Yeah.
Isn't that always the way with artists? You say to them, "What's your favorite piece you ever made?" And they say either the last piece I made or the piece I'm about to make.
Exactly. Now I don't always just make with stones. I also make silver pieces. I don't know if you can see that. So it's textured silver. And I'll take it off so you can see it better. So you can, it sits on, it's like a collar. It sits beautifully around the neck. And again, it's got a chain fastening here so you can make it shorter, longer. Because what I was finding was when I was making things, I used to make really, really fancy fastenings for my jewellery. And then I found that some people, the things were too big and some were too small. And that's daft. So, now, so they'll fit everybody really. So yes, I do just make silver as well. Now I've got this piece and I've got that piece. I wear them all the time. This one particularly. Again, it's a nice sort of. It's easy to wear because it sort of folds. It's very ergonomic, and again, you can wear it next to your skin or over a jumper. Yeah. So these are all sterling silver. What's that one? That one's 295, and that one's 300.
Okay, and they're all sterling silver.
All silver, all silver. And I do make. Yes,
I was going to say, then you make earrings, don't you?
I was just about to show you my earrings here. Look. So these are all between 45 and 125. Obviously, the stones make them expensive. I mean, you've got opals up here, and lovely fossils here, beautiful fossils, so unusual. And this is quite interesting. This is called druzy. And what it is agates and then crystals growing on top of the agates. And then again, they're electroplated. These are little pearls and just silver here. Oh, these took so long to make, Leslie. Oh my. So
yeah, the
so
little
long.
silver.
Yeah, they took a long time to make.
I love these sparkly ones, the ones you say that
they're
agate.
lovely. These are really hard to see. The stones are the thing that really inspire me. They're hard to get. You know, it's very difficult to get unusual stones now. 12 years ago, 15 years ago, you could get very unusual stones, but they're hard to get now. Yeah. So yeah, I really love those.
I love those too. Yeah.
I'll show you some more earrings. Now look, these stones are really unusual. You probably won't be able to see them here, but they're agate, but they've somehow inside there's a sort of an effect where it looks like glitter. And I've never seen agates like this before. Really unusual.
So where do they come from?
Pass.
Always best to be honest.
Well, I buy them at stone fairs, but I don't really know where these would be from.
Yeah.
Got little, what's that? Little garnets, amber. These again dyed agate. Beautiful green tourmalines and lovely little blue moonstones here. So yes, I make loads and loads of earrings and rings and bracelets, but mainly I love neck pieces. So this one's not dissimilar to what I've got on, this one here, but this one's got a little silver bit so that it kind of jingles as you wear it.
It would go beautifully with those earrings.
Beautifully.
It would go beautifully with those earrings. So do you prefer to make the pieces and be inspired yourself, or do you like to work to commission?
I really like to just buy the stones and then make something, but I do make to commission. I recently made a piece for somebody's 80th birthday. Not similar to this, but this kind of a thing, a big I have people that collect my work, and it was a collector, and she wanted something very specific, well, not very specific, very unusual for her birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, so yes, I do make to commission, definitely. And that's not a problem at all. But generally what I do is I buy ropes of stones or single stones and then make round the stone. That's the inspiration, really.
Yeah, that's the process.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yes. Thank you so much. Could you put your sign back up on screen so people can see where they can contact you? Because I'm sure that there's going to be lots of people. No, round the other way. That was back to front. We're clever, but we're not that clever. That's lovely. So there you are. You can get hold of Bee via her website, Facebook, send a direct message, Instagram, you can direct message as well. And then, as I say, we've got a few bits on our Pure Christmas shop. So yeah, buy from the artist this year. Don't buy from Amazon and the big boys, because they don't need you. The artists need you, don't they, Bee?
Definitely.
Yeah,
we love you.
Yeah. You're buying directly from someone who has been to a stone fair, as Bee just said, been inspired, made something that's completely original and will become an heirloom.
Exactly.
So thank you all so much. That's been absolutely amazing. I can't get you all back up on screen, but what I can do is I can share the screen with the Christmas shop, so you can all have a look one more time at the Christmas shop and see how you can go in there and buy, or you just go directly to the artist on all of the pages that we've just shown you. So anyone who's watching, you'll know you're on the right page, because that's the Christmas shop, Christmas Salon page. And before long, in this little section here will be the video of what you've all just been watching. So there's Ed's, and you can click on all of Ed's work there. Edith, David, and as you see in the sign, there's lots in the sidebar. There's lots of things you can do: watch videos, read interviews, etc., to get to know the artists more. There's the beautiful Carole's work with her feathers. Brenda hasn't made it onto screen today, but you've got the video there from her Art 360 and Time and Space exhibition. We've got lots of Brenda's work in the Pure shop. You can go through on the Time and Space exhibition and see that. But if you want to get in contact with Brenda, she's got an Instagram, she's got Facebook. You can get in contact with her and buy her work directly as well. Or you can just email me, leslie@pureartsgroup.co.uk, and I can put you in touch with all of the artists that you've seen today and all of those that are in the Pure shop. So we'll go down a bit further. There's B, there's some of your exquisite work. I love that you just showed us a pair like that, which I really loved. And Mary, who we just had on before B. So if anyone's got any questions, do pop them in the Ask a Question area now. Otherwise, we're going to be bringing this live event to a close. We wish you all an amazing Thanksgiving today. And we wish you all a very, very restful and joyful Christmas. And we hope that you will spend your shopping efforts directly with the artists this year and buy directly from them, and you've had all of the information there of how to do that. So yes, thank you so much. Anyone who's expressed an interest in things, we will be in touch with you after the event. We'll make sure that everyone gets what they need. All right, so that's us. We're done. We're going to come back up on screen quickly and we're going to say goodbye, B and I, and we're going to say goodbye on behalf of everyone else. And yeah, am I going to turn this on? And my voice actually made it right through to the end. Oh, Brenda has just arrived. So I wonder if I can get Brenda up on screen as a final. Let's see if I can get her up on screen and you can have a quick chat with her. Let me see. Now, I've got to find her on here. There she is. I'm going to invite her up and see whether we can get Brenda up on screen. So, because I know that Brenda has got some amazing cards and things that she's been working on. So it'd be really good to get her up at the end. Thank you, B.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And there she is. There she is. Look. So we're going to say goodbye to B and we'll say hello to Brenda as in our last hurrah. You made it. Look, you're like that naughty child who skids in.
Like a naughty child, yes.
At the last minute, you skidded in. So come on, show us what you've got, what you've been doing, because I told everyone you've been making some lovely cards and things that they can buy from you.
I have, but I'm afraid I haven't set myself up for that, and I don't want to slow down your bye-byes. Maybe another time.
Okay, so if people can get in contact with you, you've got some Christmas cards and everything ready that they can buy directly from you.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right, so it's lovely to see your smiley face and to know that you're okay and you're there. I was quite worried when you didn't keep appearing. And we'll speak to all of you next week. Obviously, we've got the next session is our regular Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And next week, I'll be talking to Martin Riley of the Business Jet Engine, and he'll be giving us some tips on how to get ready to grow your business in 2021. I think we all need to know that, because now that everything is looking much more positive with vaccines and such like, we need to be prepared to get ourselves back on the train and get our businesses ready to go for 2021. So yeah, tune in 1 o'clock next Tuesday. Hopefully, having had a very, very terse situation with Facebook about them stopping me live streaming, I have managed to work it round with the help of Crowdcast, who were absolutely, Louise, shout out at Crowdcast, went beyond the call of duty yesterday to make sure that this event live streamed against every wish of Facebook, I think. But anyway, we fixed it and it's all live streamed. So yes, we'll see you all next Tuesday. Thank you all and bye. So lovely to see you, Brenda, and I'm glad you made it right at the end. We're going to end now. See you all and happy Christmas, everyone, if we don't see you. Bye.